I guess just to start big picture, I mean, we asked at the beginning about, just getting Pascal integrated and Tyrese integrated. Just how did you kind of feel like they generally worked, in terms of just finding offensive flow together, getting a sense of how they can operate?
They're going to work well. I mean, both guys played well here offensively. They both were significant pluses in the game. So all that's going to work. Tonight was a night where we needed, 9 or 10 guys to be pretty consistent. We just weren't. We just weren't consistent enough. Turnovers were a problem. Untimely turnovers. 18 points off turnovers for them, and only 12 for us. That's 6 points. That's twice the difference in the game. And the other thing is, Grant just got going, and it was, we just didn't do a good enough job on him. Probably should have double teamed him earlier. Malcolm had a good game, and they're a physical team. They play hard. They play well at home. So they earned the win.
I think 66-26 in the paint. Obviously, part of that's because you guys were able to get a lot of threes. Basically, now eventually it seemed like you were starting to attack a lot more. Sometimes got some calls, sometimes didn't. But did you feel like you guys were settling too much earlier? Or was it just a case of that's what they were giving you? That's what you had to take?
It's a matter of playing with a level of presence at both ends. When the other team is shooting well over 50%, which they were in the first half, it's hard to get momentum downhill with a bunch of aggressive young guys that are sitting down guarding. When we got the ball into the paint, our numbers were much better than when we didn't, but that's any game in the NBA, any day of the week, So, but defensively is where we needed to be a lot better. We needed to do a better job on Grant and Brogdon.
What I guess to keep going a little bit on Malcolm, obviously he seemed like he was able to score regardless if he put it on. It seemed like Aaron took that, assignment really personally, did a good job on him late. But what did you think Malcolm did just to get as much space as he got and get to the rim?
Well, he drove the ball. That's the thing that he is really special at is, getting to the edge and turning the corner and getting to the free throw line. And so he was able to do that. The foul discrepancy is something that I don't want to make a big deal out of, but it's there. It's 26-21. It's a big deal. It's a big difference in the game, and you always you always want the whistle blowing the same amount as at your end as it theirs, and so, but we needed to get more stops. We needed to get more stops, and we didn't do it.
So obviously, I think bench is a season low for these guys. A lot of the guys that were having a tough time tonight were the same guys that kind of carried you last night. Obviously, was there I think some lag for those guys of what they had to do last night carried over to back-to-back.
I mean, it's logical. It's a back-to-back. It's way out west. You can come up with a lot of excuses, but. I think when we look at the film, we're just going to see that the level of force, posture, presence defensively was not where it needed to be, and strategically probably should have gotten more aggressive with Grant earlier in the game. But he makes difficult shots, and some of the shots you wouldn't go and double team. So. It's probably good that we're done with these guys. It's just a tough matchup, right. It didn't go well in the two games. The first game was pretty similar to this one, or this one was pretty similar to the first game, and both of those guys had big games that night too. So, hey, we'll learn from it. We'll keep working at getting Pascal immersed in what we're doing. We get another opportunity on Sunday, and so. We'll just stay positive and keep moving forward.
Just to go back to Pascal, what would you like about him individually? Obviously, goes for 21. Seemed like he scored at a bunch of different levels. was certainly trying to show some presence defensively, even when he was guarding Grant. It seemed like he was getting after him, and sometimes he lost those. I mean, what did you like about him on both ends?
I liked him. I liked him at both ends. I I would argue that the 5 fouls maybe could have been 2 or 3 or 4. But that's I don't want to get into that. He's a unique guy because you put him in an NBA game, he's going to find a way to get his average everything, and you won't have to run a play for him. He just has a way, just has a knack, and that's how we felt about tonight. That's why I wasn't worried about him fitting in on short notice. But he does need to learn, significant other parts of our system, both sides of the ball, and we'll get to work on that, tomorrow and the next day, and get ready for Phoenix.
All right, Pascal, not the outcome you wanted, but what was it like playing your first game with the Pacers?
Exciting. Obviously, just been a crazy couple of days. A lot of stuff moving forward. I mean, I barely got any sleep the past couple of days. But I'm just excited. I was excited to be out there. I was asked if I wanted to play or not. I mean, I just wanted to be out there. So just get that first one out of the way. But just exciting. The talent level here, the pace of play, and yeah, I just want to go out there, play with those guys. Continue to get to know each other. I think we're gonna learn about how each other play as we go, and that's just kind of like it's gonna be a little tough in the beginning, and just kind of keep learning. Yeah.
What was the last 48 hours like?
Yeah, it was insane. Obviously got traded. Had to figure out how to get on the plane like the next morning, go to Indiana, do about 5 hours of physicals. Just trying to go out there. I met with Chad and all the guys out there in Indiana, and then got on the plane here. Barely got really any sleep, and yeah, just got here, and it's been pretty crazy. Obviously, coming from a different team, I've been playing with the Raptors for since I got drafted, so pretty crazy change. But I'm excited about it, man. Like I love everything about the organization and how they handled everything. From the first time I stepped there, like just the love and the excitement, like no other. So I'm excited about it, and I just want to continue to improve and hopefully I can continue to help the team.
You talked about being impressed watching Miles Turner and Tyrese Haliburton play. What was it like to play with those guys tonight?
Yeah, it's fun. I think obviously Tyrese coming back, he's gonna get even better, and I'm sure I'm gonna see even more. But just from watching him, just how fast he plays, willing passer, create mismatches, and he's like one of those gravity play kind of players. The whole defense looking at him. So playing with a guy like that and then having a stretch big, like being able to have the lane open and kicking out to him, Miles made a lot. I don't know how many threes he made tonight, but just a little glimpse of what they can do, and I feel like we can really be dangerous out there on offense, and we just got to continue to work on defense and continue to get better on that side too.
Yeah, you've won a title, so you've been there to the top of the mountain. What can you share with your new teammates to help you guys get there one day?
I think it's just we got to take it day by day. It's one day at a time. It's a long season, and obviously we have an explosive offense, but defense is going to get us far. So we got to continue to improve on that, and yeah, I think it's all about the details and continue to take it day by day, one day at a time. We can't kind of look ahead, focus on the details, and just continue to get better day by day.
You had a brother play college basketball in Indianapolis at IUPUI, so you're familiar with Indianapolis, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm familiar just from hearing from him. He swears by Indiana, so before I even got here, so he told me a lot about it, and yeah, I'm excited, and he was excited about it, just because he's been here throughout college, and always heard great things about it. So yeah.
I got a few more. Dustin DePierac, Indianapolis Star, by the way.
What's up, bro?
Good to meet you, man. What did you just kind of learn tonight about where you fit, about how you fit with this group, and what's most important for you to do?
Yeah. I think just continue to attack the paint. Something that I feel like I'm great at, and just continue to to work hard and create mismatches and create advantages on offense, kickouts, and then also when we slow down, I can definitely go out there and find a bucket. So I think that's going to be valuable for this team. But also just a guy that plays with pace on both ends, and just willing to go with the team and try to win. Like I just want to win games. At the end of the day, like I really could care less about everything else. And everything I have to do to help us win, like I'll find those things and I try to contribute.
But I wanted to go back to what you said about the trade. I guess when you find out it's Indiana, what part goes through your mind? Obviously, it started to be rumored. It seemed like it picked up a lot. How much of an expectation did you have that it could be Indiana? What was your kind of the first thought that went through your mind at that point?
And I was excited. Obviously, I've been watching the team from afar, and just talking to Ty and getting his perspective on everything. And we have mutual friends, so I've always heard great things, and I've watched the team, so it's pretty easy to see the talent level and a lot of exciting young players. And it's always exciting when you have a roster like that and having an opportunity to add me into the mix. Like I just felt like it was a great opportunity, and I was excited.
I guess at what point in the procedure, and I don't even know when it's legal, but when did you start talking to Ty about that? I mean, like, I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Next question.
I mean, obviously, just along those lines too. I mean, the big question everybody had is, okay, well, what's he going to do long term? What happens next? I guess just to keep that open ended. I mean, where is that for you at this point? I mean, is it a thing you've thought about at this point? Is it
man, I'm excited, man. Like the amount of love and that I received just from the first day I got here, like it's exciting. And appreciate it, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm excited, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm excited, and I just want to continue to help this team. I think we have an opportunity to do something special, and I want to be part of it.
What do you think that moment will be like Tuesday night when you're back home for the first time playing in Gainbridge Fieldhouse as a Pacer?
Yeah, can't wait. I hope it's loud. I hope everyone is excited because I'm excited. And again, like I can see the passion from just coming here and playing in that arena. Like they're pretty loud. So I'm just kind of like blessed to be a part of that, and I hope that I can make an impact.
Tonight, was it hard, offense or defense? What was the bigger challenge getting adjusted to a new system?
I think just everything, because I just had to I think I barely slept for the past couple of days. So I think just everything, being out there on the floor. Even before in Toronto, I didn't play a couple of games, and then for a couple of days I was just like literally all over the place mentally and physically. So I think everything about it was kind of tough, but I just wanted to, again, there's no perfect way to start. So I just wanted to get in there, jump in there, and figure it out. And I think as we go, we're going to get better, and I'm going to get better.
How did you feel personally coming back out and physically and everything? And when did you know you were going to be ready and good to go?
Something we've talked about, trying to aim to get back before the end of the road trip. Obviously, we know it was said, publicly, but on the inside, we felt like there might be an opportunity, and so I'm excited about that. And got to go out here, compete with the guys. Obviously, don't get the win, but thought we showed flashes of some good stuff. Obviously, a tough game yesterday, so we had some fatigue and stuff going on, but that's the fun part about putting a new group together and finding spots. And I thought it was an exciting time for our franchise.
What was it like to just get going with him on the fly, basically? I mean, I don't know how much at all time today you had to work with him, but what was it like to kind of figure out? You've obviously seen him on TV, you know how he plays, but what was it like to kind of integrate him into this on the fly?
Yeah. I mean, we're just learning how to go, on the fly, just going off of our basketball brains. It's like playing pickup a little bit out there, But that's the fun part. Is like that's the exciting part for us. I think we get back here and we're like, man, that was, we played all right, but there's so much more room for us. We just still got to figuring out your rhythm and stuff. That takes time. It takes time for anybody, any partnership. So, we're figuring it out, and it'll be better on a game-to-game basis. And just want to keep growing and figuring it out.
With Pascal playing and you coming back today, could you get a feeling, even from afar, the Pacer fan base, how excited they were today and they are actually moving forward?
For sure. I think it's an exciting time for our organization, exciting time for guys here. Obviously, adding a guy like Pascal puts us in prime position to do what we want to do and compete in the playoffs. So it's definitely an exciting time. You can feel the energy, through social media. Even in the building, there was a lot of Pacers fans today. So that was a lot of fun for us, and just want to keep going.
There's been a lot of talk about you and Pascal. What about Pascal and Miles, and what did we see tonight from the start of that pairing?
Yeah, I think that pairing is amazing just because of the space that Miles, allows for Pascal to drive, and driving kicks opportunities are amazing. Like Pascal's hard to keep in front one-on-one, so when you're helping with 4 shooters on the floor, it's really difficult to stop. We just didn't get enough stops today, especially early in that. We figured it out more later. We were fouling a lot, but we started to be better at the end of the game. But that little first half, we gave up too many points, and we got dominated in the paint tonight, and that's a total group effort.
You coming out of it feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay,
I'm all right.
hamstring-wise,
Yeah, I'm all right.
no issues?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What did you maybe learn about Pascal that you couldn't know before you played with him? I mean, is there anything you obviously watch him enough, you know the game enough, you've seen him, but is there anything that when you get on the floor with him, you're like, wow, this is something else?
Just how he is a communicator, picking up on things on the fly. We ran some different things. I'm sure he was not talked to about, our blitz coverages and how we rotate and all that stuff, but he did a good job of, kind of figuring it out on the fly. And, I think we have great dialogue already, and so that was the best part about it for me, just getting to know him more and just want to keep going. I think that's the beautiful part about it is it's one game, you know what I mean? And there's, I don't even know how many more games we got, but 40-something games, more to figure it out. Are we? Okay. That's
Yesterday was, well, today pass is over.
Okay.
41, this is 42.
Okay. 40 more games.
What, obviously, as far as you guys end up taking more threes and twos, I think you end up getting beat 66 to 26 in the paint. Obviously, made a bunch of those threes, and you had 20 of them. But, I mean, do you look back and say you feel like you settled, or obviously it seemed like you attacked more as the game went on? They obviously were trying to wall it off. They were giving you those shots. What was your kind of overall read as to how you feel about, I guess, the fact that you ended up with that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good about it. I mean, at the end of the day, we just didn't make enough shots and didn't get enough stops. I mean, it's a make or miss league. I'm not really worried about that. Offensively is never going to be our problem, ever. It's make or miss, but we're going to get good shots, especially if we're not turning the ball over. We're going to get good shots. We just didn't get enough stops that we needed to, and that's just us figuring stuff out right now and adding a new guy and new terminology, and everybody's, kind of, and Aaron's come back from injury, I'm coming back from injury. We're all just getting a rhythm right now, so I just want to keep growing on that.
Obviously, in terms of getting stops, Jeremy and Brogdon obviously were a bit of a problem. What stood out to you about each of those guys and what makes them
they just play downhill. I got to the free throw line a lot. I mean, Jeremy, they're both elite players in this league, and both had good games. So we just got to do a better job of helping each other out and helping the helper, you know what I mean? And just figuring out how to finish possessions. We didn't do a great job of that today. So it happens. Just want to keep growing.